All right, so we're diving deep today. And, you sent this link, this French website. Ganakel is what it's called. And it really got me thinking about this whole digital art thing. They mentioned this resource, IAMAG.
Yeah.
And it seems like if you're serious about digital art and animation, this is the place to go. Not just for like the basics either. We're talking real in-depth stuff like industry insights, portfolios from amazing artists. They've even got master classes.
I think what's really fascinating is this connection we've got here.
Yeah.
So we've got a French website leading us to this English resource. I think it speaks to how global this digital art community really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And you're right. Goldmine's a great word for it. It's not just a website. They've got a whole ecosystem built around this idea of helping digital artists.
Okay. So let's break it down. What exactly is it about IAMAG that makes it so special?
Well, think about it this way. You're a digital artist.
Yeah.
Right? And you're working with, software like Photoshop, Blender, maybe ZBrush, all these powerful tools. But how do you keep up with the industry? How do you see what other artists are doing? How do you learn these new techniques,
Right.
It can be tough. And that's where IAMAG comes in. I mean, their news section, this isn't just like generic headlines you see everywhere.
Yeah.
They have exclusive interviews with art directors from top studios, breakdowns of the latest visual effects. It's like they have a real pulse on what's happening in film, gaming, you name it.
So it's like having a mentor who's plugged into the industry, giving you the inside scoop. I can totally see why Ganakel called it a dream destination for artists. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but they've got a YouTube channel too.
Yes, and it's not just random tutorials you find all over the place.
Okay.
They've got structured courses. Some focus on specific software, and others dive deep into techniques like character design or environment art. And they often feature these industry pros, people who've worked on major films and games, sharing their workflows and tips.
Okay, so that's got to be way more in-depth than just the usual stuff you find online.
Absolutely. And what I think is really cool is they showcase portfolios from artists all over the world.
Really?
Yeah. So whether you're into hyper-realistic 3D modeling or more stylized concept art, you can find inspiration from people who are really pushing the boundaries in all these different areas.
So it's like a global gallery, but curated specifically for digital artists. I love it.
Good.
And they actually they host events too, right? Like conferences, workshops, that kind of thing.
They do. And this is where things get really interesting. They have these things called IAMAG master classes. So it's a few days of intensive workshops and presentations led by top artists.
Wow.
So it's a chance to not just learn online, but to connect with other artists, get feedback on your work, really immerse yourself in the craft.
Now, Ganakel mentioned they're having one in Paris in March 2025.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yeah. And attending something like that in a city known for its art and culture, it's an experience that could really level up your skills and inspire you in new ways. Imagine learning from the people who designed characters for your favorite game.
Yeah.
Or created the stunning environments in that blockbuster film you loved.
Okay, now you've got me hooked. I'm already picturing myself there, strolling through Parisian streets, sketching ideas in a cafe, just soaking up all that creative energy. We're definitely going to have to dig into those master classes more. But first, I'm kind of curious about Ganakel itself. It's not every day you stumble across a French website, and it sends you down such a cool rabbit hole.
I agree. It's like we've been handed a treasure map. And we're just starting to explore the first few clues. This Ganakel site, they've got something called Curieux News and a Goutique Curieux News. And I'm really intrigued by those. The names suggest a focus on the business side of being a creative professional, which I think a lot of artists struggle with.
Right. There's so much more to being a successful artist than just raw talent. Knowing how to market yourself, how to price your work, maybe even manage your own studio one day. That's all crucial stuff. You think maybe Ganakel has some insights there that could help?
It's definitely worth exploring. It seems like they're offering a more holistic approach to supporting artists, which is pretty unique.
Okay, so we've got IAMAG, this hub for learning, inspiration, connecting with other artists. And now we've got Ganakel, which might hold the keys to unlocking that business side of the art world. This is turning into a fascinating deep dive.
You know those IAMAG masterclasses we were talking about? They sound like a total game changer for any serious digital artist. You mentioned the one in Paris in 2025.
Yeah.
I think our listeners are going to want to hear all about that.
Oh, absolutely. Paris in the springtime, surrounded by art and inspiration. It sounds like a dream come true. But let's get practical. What can someone actually expect if they attend one of these master classes?
Well, from what I've seen on their website, it's not just about like sitting in the lectures all day. They've got these hands-on workshops where you can actually learn specific techniques and experiment with different software. Like imagine spending a few days mastering ZBrush sculpting techniques from a veteran character artist.
Wow.
Or getting feedback on your environment designs from someone who's worked on AAA games. That's the kind of immersive learning they offer.
Okay, so this is way beyond just watching a tutorial online. It's like an apprenticeship, condensed into a few intense days. Do they cover a lot of different areas of digital art?
Exactly. You can find workshops on character design, environment art, visual effects, animation. Pretty much every aspect of the industry is covered.
So whether you're into like creating realistic 3D creatures or designing stylized concept art for games, there's something there for everyone.
Exactly.
That's amazing. It's like they created a buffet for digital artists.
Yeah.
You get to choose the dishes that appeal most to your creative appetite. What about the networking side of things? I imagine that's a huge part of the experience as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about it. You're surrounded by all these other passionate artists who are eager to learn and grow.
Yeah.
You're sharing meals, discussing ideas, maybe even collaborating on projects. And you're not just connecting with peers, you're also rubbing shoulders with industry professionals, people who are actively working in the fields you aspire to be in.
I bet those connections could lead to some amazing opportunities, maybe collaborations, mentorships, even job offers.
Yeah. It's like a fast track into the heart of the digital art world.
It really is. But beyond like the practical skills and networking, there's also that element of inspiration. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just being immersed in that kind of creative environment, surrounded by all this talent, people pushing the boundaries of what's possible. That's got to spark some new ideas, help you break through creative blocks, give you a fresh perspective on your own work.
For sure.
You're making me want to book a flight to Paris right now. But let's be real. These master classes, they probably aren't cheap.
That's true. High-quality instruction and access to industry experts, it does come at a price. But remember, Ganakel mentioned a Black Friday offer. It might be worth checking out their website to see if there are any discounts or scholarships available.
Good point. We'll make sure to include that link for our listener. And even if attending a masterclass isn't feasible right now, it's important to remember that IAMAG offers a ton of free resources. On their website and YouTube channel, you can still learn and be inspired without breaking the bank.
Exactly. There are so many ways to engage with IAMAG, whether it's through their tutorials, artist portfolios, or online community. Speaking of online resources, though, I think it's time we circle back to Ganakel.
Okay.
They've got those Cree News and Boutique Cree News sections that we still need to unravel. Remember, Ganakel is the website that led us to IAMAG in the first place. It's like the guidebook to this whole creative treasure hunt.
I love that analogy. All right. Let's put on our explorer hats and see what hidden gems we can uncover in the world of Ganakel. I'm especially curious about that Cree News. It sounds like it could be a goldmine of information for artists who want to take their careers to the next level. All right, so we're back on the trail of Ganakel, this French website that led us to IAMAG, remember?
Yeah.
But Ganakel itself seems to have some surprises up its sleeve, especially this section they call Cree News. I'm getting strong business-savvy artist vibes from that name.
Yeah, me too. We've talked a lot about the artistic side of things, the inspiration, the techniques, the tools.
But
you can be the most talented digital artist in the world, but if you don't know how to navigate the business side of things, it's going to be tough.
yeah, you're not kidding. It's like having a masterpiece hidden away in a dusty attic. It needs to be seen, appreciated, and maybe even sold. So what exactly is Cree News all about?
Well, based on what I've seen on their website, it seems to be a hub for like articles, advice, and resources, all tailored to the business challenges that creative professionals face. Think of it like a specialized blog or online magazine that speaks directly to the needs of artists, designers, animators, anyone working in the creative field.
Okay. So it's not just about creating amazing art. It's about how to turn that art into a viable career. What kind of topics do they cover?
Well, they seem to have a pretty wide range. I saw articles on self-promotion, like how to build an online portfolio, use social media effectively, and get your work in front of the right people.
Yeah.
There were also pieces on pricing strategies, like how to determine the value of your work and negotiate fair rates, and even legal stuff, like copyright protection and contracts, all crucial information for any artist. working in the digital age.
That's a lot of ground they're covering. It's like they created a one-stop shop. We have all those practical, often overlooked aspects of being a successful artist. Now, remember they mentioned that boutique Curieux. Any guesses on what that might be?
It's a bit of a mystery. But I'm picturing it as like an online marketplace or a shop where they offer resources and tools that complement the information they share in Curieux.
Okay.
Perhaps they have templates for contracts, invoices, marketing materials, things like that.
That would make a lot of sense. It's like they're providing the blueprints to help artists build their own creative businesses. It really rounds out their approach to supporting artists, from inspiration and skill building to practical business advice and tools.
It's impressive. It really suggests they understand the challenges and needs of artists in today's world. They're not just saying, here's how to be a better artist. They're saying, here's how to build a thriving career doing what you love.
That's a powerful message. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what would you say is the key takeaway for our listener who's clearly interested in this world of digital art and animation?
I think it's this, the world of digital art. It's vast and exciting. It's full of opportunities to learn, to grow, and to connect with other passionate individuals. Resources like IAMAG, they provide these incredible pathways for honing your skills and finding inspiration, while platforms like Ganakel, they remind us that the creative journey also involves mastering the business side of things.
Absolutely. It's a good reminder that success in the art world isn't just about talent. It's about equipping yourself with the knowledge and the resources to navigate this complex and ever-evolving industry.
Yeah. And one final thought to leave you with. As technology continues to reshape the art world, how do you envision yourself adapting and evolving as a digital artist? What new possibilities and challenges do you anticipate? And how will you leverage the resources available to you to thrive in this dynamic landscape?
That's a great question to ponder. And on that note, we'll leave you to explore, create, and build your own unique path in the world of digital art. Happy creating.